It was Frank Miller's comic graphic novel that it was based on. So Frank, that's why I really wanted him as a co-director, because he just knows this world. He created Sin City, and all these characters, and the visual look is all from his books. And I just thought it was beyond cinema. Let's take cinema and make a graphic novel out of it, and not turn it into a movie. That would just ruin the book. So I really try to use all the technology and all the different tricks I learned to try to do what Frank does with a pen and ink. So simply in his studio. It took me a lot to try to emulate that.
Well, in some ways, actually, I wish I had not even seen a little bit of it and hadn't even been a part of it, just so that I could have watched it completely clear of any idea of it. But I really am still extremely amazed, profoundly, by how incredible Robert is and what a talent he is for being able to bring this to life the way he has. It really is such a perfect adaptation that it's mind-boggling that we were in this little room with green screen behind us, that's what it ended up looking like. It's magical. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm supposed to have torn his head off almost in my excitement and lust to go and kiss him. And, you know, it's a kind of interesting sort of dynamic between the two of them. They're both very strong. They're both very willful. And, you know, he's probably the only person who could get away with even threatening her, let alone backhanding her across the face without being murdered.
This type of dancing is nothing I have ever really been into. I was really terrified. Dancing in chaps with the lasso, half dressed in front of a bunch of people. And that I had to learn to get over my fear of just stage fright. I get like a stiff neck and start sweating and breathing shallow and hearing my heartbeat in my head. So I sort of got over that by the time we started shooting.
Blown away. I'm like a fan. I'm like a fan of the movie. Not, you know, no vanity with me being in it. It would, you know, regardless of whether I'm in it or not, I sat there and just was blown away. I saw Robert Rodriguez outside the cinema after screening. It was only 2 days ago. And I said, "You're a genius. I don't know how you've done it. You've completely baffled me as to how you've pulled it off. But I think this is groundbreaking cinema."